Hey YouTube, it's Pump. Today I'll be going over my timed 20 Pinnacle Week 2 of the season. This will be my first dungeon walkthrough series for Season 2, so let's break down Pinnacle. As far as the route goes, what you see in this video is pretty standard, so there's not going to be a lot of variation with this route. A lot of it's very straightforward. So starting out, the most annoying pack in the whole entire dungeon is these shield mobs, at least for ranged. As ranged, we hate these, but melee can just sidestep. But if you're a melee player, try and be on the opposite side that your ranged are to try and bait the shield. I'm not entirely certain if it's a random DPS each time or if it picks a melee, but I think it's a random DPS, so if there's a chance you can point the shield away from your ranged, please do that. So then we move up to the double shield pack. We opt to not lust the first pull. I think it's really hard to get good lust value out of the first pull because melee have to move out of that pressurized blast that these guys do, and range also have to deal with a shield. So I opted to save lust for the pack at the bottom of the stairs. This double pull might be a lust just to get it on CD earlier, but yeah. So with this pack, you're looking to kick Cyclone and Windbolt. Cyclone is top priority to kick. It CCs somebody for 5 seconds and makes them unable to press buttons. So if it picks your healer, you're very sad. Windbolt can also definitely kill you if you're not careful about it. It's definitely a priority kick, especially in high keys. It trucks us a lot. So we speed up here. My tank gets a little aggressive and pulls a little too fast, and then we let too many wind bolts go off, so we kind of slowly bleed out because our healer got one tapped. But we keep the pack alive, and I just kite for forever, so I speed it up a bit. Didn't die, just procced Cauterize, and then we're back to the Lust pack. So there is an Armored Mistral in this pack, so I wait to Lust until he does his shield. Oh, no, I pop it early. And then I see where his shield is going, and then I do my Fire Mage stuff. Again, you're trying to kick Wind Bolts, but it's inevitable that some of them go off. We kick the Cyclone, good. So it's the same mobs as you saw at the beginning of the dungeon, just a little further down. With that Lurking Tempest to my right, you don't actually ever kill them. You just look at them when they pop up out of their hole. It's also in the first boss. That's the main mechanic of the first boss, aside from a bunch of dodging. So during this Turbulence cast from the Wind Prince, I believe his name is, you want to press a defensive, especially the double pack after this. Turbulence did, I think it was 56k a second there, and if you aren't pressing a defensive or the healer isn't prepared for it, you can definitely die to Turbulence. Turbulence plus a Windbolt cast, probably a likely culprit of you dying with these early packs. Turbulence again. You can see it's ticking for 64k in a 20, so see how low my HP gets there. This dungeon is actually very healer intensive. If your healer can't handle it, you will definitely know pretty quickly. So I speed through this. This is just double Wind Prince. Same as the first pack, just 2 of them. So during Turbulence, you really have to have something prepared, since 2 of them could be going off at the same time. And then we're to first boss. This boss is really straightforward. It is just straight up dodge things and kick Lightning Bolt. There's a rare case where maybe you let the Lightning Tempest pop up and because you aren't looking at them, but as long as you're all looking in different directions and you're dodging all the time, you should be chilling. As you can see, as a hard caster, it's really awkward for me to try and find a spot where I can get my cast off. I almost die there. I didn't have Cauterize. That would have had to have been a B-res, and I just pressed Combust because I got clipped. So having a defensive during when they're coming all in would be good, but it's the only healing going on in this fight, so pretty chill. We speed it up because it's just the same thing over and over again. As long as you're good at dodging, it should be completely fine. Then we're on to the Squall pack. So these guys are pretty chill for the most part. The only thing that'll kill you is if you let multiple casts go off and they only try to cast once after they put their shield on. So mages can spell steal this Cloudburst shield, and Dispel should also be used to get rid of those shields. Now we're on to the Assassin pack. Nice little trick for mages here is you can tell your party that you want one Vapor Form to go off, and then if you get assassinated, it becomes a 90% damage reduction for like 10 seconds. So on the 4-pack of Assassins up ahead, it's really nice. But if you let a Vapor Form go off, that mob is going to take no damage because obviously it's 90% DR. I'm just telling my party that I spell steal this if it goes off. So now we're to the Dragon pack. The Dragon pack was a lot scarier than I expected it to be on Fortified Week. So your ideal placement is you're always covering an edge. So I get the Entangling here, and I try to alter back, but I put the Breath right in the middle of the healing thing, and I definitely kill the healer here just because I put Breath in a terrible place. You want to be in this healing circle the whole time because I think it's 5% of your HP every second. Might be wrong there, but it's a lot of HP to be inside this, so it helps out your healer a lot. So we're forced to use a B-res here. If you can immune one of the dots as they're about to go out, it helps a lot for your healer. That dot ticks really hard, so if not, just pop a defensive for Icy Buffet as that's going out. I speed this up because this is all the same mobs that you've already seen in this dungeon. It's just the Gust Soldier, you're just looking to kick Cyclone, all of that same stuff. And then we deal with the Quadruple Assassin pack. Again, you're just trying to not let Icy or Vapor Form go off, excuse me. And then we have one Dragon to deal with. So we deal with this Dragon a lot better. As long as you have a defensive press for Icy Buffet, you'll be chilling. And again, you try and bait Breath on one of the sides so you can still be inside of it when Breath is happening. And then we pull all of these Squalls. So the Squalls are all pretty chill as long as you have good AoE CC. Letting those casts go off will completely wipe your group. In one of my lower keys, I definitely saw a full wipe happen there where we just let Cloudburst go off. So now we're to the Dragon, and this is one of the more mechanical bosses of this dungeon. Well, of the season, honestly. I had no clue how to do this because I'd never done Pinnacle before, but we just get it cheated as mages, but here we go. So you always want to have the wind to your butt. That's the way I remember it, is wind between the cheeks. So if you do not have a way to blink or Warlock Gate or something, you need to walk into one of these circles and get knocked up in the air as that ring is about to come down. And then you gotta quickly fix yourself so that you have the haste buff and not the debuff. So if you don't have the wind between your cheeks, you're gonna get a nice dot that makes your healer very sad. So you gotta have really good uptime on the haste buff, and it's also more damage. So as a mage, I really like this boss just because I get to cheat all the mechanics. I have alter, I have blink, I have every way in the world to cheat the mechanic. But if you're a priest or something, I could see how this could be a nightmare. There's a frontal he does, but as long as your tank has good positioning, you should be chilling. We speed it up again just because it's the same stuff over and over again until you kill it. Again, that is really healer intensive. Our healer ended over 100k there. I didn't realize how good this healer was, honestly, until watching this back. But again, this dungeon is quite healer intensive at 20 currently. So now we're into the next pack. This is the Rally pack. So if you let Rally go off, it's just like Warrior Rally. It buffs all their HP by a lot. That and Greater Heal are your priority kicks. Greater Heal has more prio than Rally. It's not the end of the world if Rally goes off, but Heal is a bigger loss. They do a little charge, but the charge doesn't hurt at all. Like, I got charged a few times and it didn't even, like, move my HP, so... This first pack's really chill. It's the packs up above that we have some stuff to talk about. They have the charges. Maybe you can just sidestep them, and that's why I take no damage there, but I'm not entirely certain. I don't think they hurt that much, though. So then you just get to walk around, and now we get the lightning little pack. So you're looking for the lightning lash cast. Whoever lightning lash goes on, they need to be inside of the triangle when the cast starts happening. Otherwise, you will just instantly die. So then he starts overloaded ground. That's where you have to be outside of the triangle, otherwise you'll die again. So you just gotta wait for the cast to end, and then get out. Lightning Lash on Underworld, so he needs to get inside the triangle. And if you don't have Lightning Lash on you, you're just bursting the pack and trying to kick Greater Heal. So it is possible to skip this little orb pack. You can hug the right side, but you can run into a problem with percent if you do that. So we opt to kill them here, even though they're really spread and really hectic. You just pop a bunch of defensives, and the best suggestion I have for dealing with this is to just CC all the time. If they're crowd controlled or stunned, they don't spew out AoE damage, so then you can do big group damage while that's happening. So this pack, you're looking to kick a Rally, same stuff as before, Rally and Greater Heal. Holy Smite's a nice kick too, if you can get it, but not the end of the world if you don't. This pack is pretty chill. It's the next pack that is the scarier one. I think the pack at the bottom of the stairs, right as you start the dungeon, and this upcoming pack are the ones that are the most rippy for this dungeon on Fort. So my group wants to focus down one of them, which I actually agree with. I think you should focus down one of the executors first. Even on the week that it is for bolstering or whatever they do when they die, they buff their allies. This is a good strat. So Lightning Lash again. Lightning Lash goes inside, and then when it's done, they come back out. And we are just trying to nuke down one of these so that it makes the pack easier to deal with. When Crushing Stone goes out, it's a good time to use a defensive. That's the best spot to use a defensive here, because it's seemingly random damage, but Crushing Stone is the cast that just nukes the group. Bam. That was half my HP from one Crushing Stone. Itchy Invis there as a Crushing Stone goes out. Try and kick a Rally. Good, they kicked it. And then one of these dies, and then the pack becomes a lot easier to deal with. I didn't get a single Lightning Lash, so unfortunately we didn't get to see what it's like inside, but again, all you do is you just go inside if you have Lightning Lash, do no damage. You can see the Demon Hunter just AFK there, and then when it's done, you walk out. That's it. We speed through this. So, little trick here, you can jump off the side straight up. You don't have to take the ramp all the way down, and it saves you a little bit of time, but this pack is a lot easier to deal with than the other spread one, just because they're all more centralized. And then we're to one of the hardest bosses, tuning-wise, in my opinion, of all of Dragonflight Season 2, is actually this boss. The add damage is really, really high, and the HPS requirement is really, really high, too. This on Tyrannical can definitely be a key killer. I tried to no-lever this week 1, and we actually had, like, 80 deaths or something crazy. So let's get into it. So Chain Lightning, you need to bring it outside the group, and you cannot let anyone else get hit by it. When this ad comes up, you want to hard focus it always. Dealing with this ad is the #1 priority. And when Static Cling comes out, you just gotta jump as the cast is about to go off. I'll link the weak aura down in the description below. It's really helpful just to know when to jump and you never miss it. So when you start spawning this triangle, you just simply get inside the triangle. And then it is all the stuff that you just saw over and over again. You can see I got an awkward entangling timing there, so I had to blink out and alter back in. But so Chain Lightning goes out. Make sure you don't get it on someone extra. And then we're getting ready to hard focus this ad. Switch to the ad. Clean coming out. We jump. Chain Lightning goes out. And I greed and I cleave onto the ad, but I mean, our healer was playing really, really well here. 85k on this boss is not easy on a Holy Priest. I've heard that healing this on Holy Priest is very difficult, and I believe that, so definitely a good healer. But we're just focusing the ad. As you can see, we have Lust coming up soon, so we can just burn after this. And then we jump one more time. And there we are. In the triangle, over and over again. With current tuning right now, I think this might be the hardest tyrannical key, is actually this boss right here, unless if you have a really good team comp to deal with the ads. But really enjoyable key. I actually like this dungeon, and it's pretty difficult on Fire Mage because we can't get any big pulls going really, but I still ended at a respectable DPS. We're all very similar. And our healers overall was cranking. So shout out to this priest that PI'd me and then asked me if he was going to be in a video. I did not know, and he didn't say anything about me making videos, so thanks for that. You're in the video. Smile. So that'll do it for the first episode. I plan on making dungeon guides for every single dungeon this season, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you.